Welcome to another World of Warships. So, you ever seen a Musashi take on an aircraft carrier? Well, good news is you're about to. So, I don't know if you've ever seen Euro's videos, so some of the credit goes at least to him for coming up with this masterful plan. So the general idea is, if you don't already know, is you take a carrier buddy, i.e. metals there, and you take a couple of long-range ships. Musashi is one of the better ones to take because of how long her spotter plane lasts for, and she's got really long range. So once my friend here, my division mate, locates the carrier, you end up getting in a fire solution. Here you had it quite loaded up, so drawn in yet. I don't know what you want to call it. So I take kind of a blind fire. I know about where he's at, but of course, you know, it's going to end up missing. So I try to line up another one, trying to get it before my plane dies. And I think the first 2 or 3 shots actually end up missing before I end up getting a citadel. And because Musashi's got such big guns, citadeling is not really that difficult for her to accomplish. Don't really know what's going on with the camera there, so maybe that's just this one time, who knows. Now I get Kaga within my line of sights again, and fortunately my plane's still up. Take shots for the 3rd round. And are these the citadel ones? I can't remember. Yeah, I lose sight of the Kaga for a little while, so I try to think of other targets I can hit, and there's my first citadel. Already 29,000 on a just a citadel and a couple other penetrations. I take another shot at the Soviet Soyuz, not realizing the Kaga is within firing distance again, and seeing as how low it is, I was actually rather shocked. I basically took off half her health just now. So I'm looking to get another shot in, and about to get some real damage. I don't remember if it's this shot or the next one. Seeing my thing, I believe I went to go change my speed and course to try to dodge in torpedoes, and the shots look really good here, and sometimes when they look good they just miss. Case in point. But fortunately, since it's so far away, by the time it splashes down I almost already have my 2nd round up, and even though my plane's done now, I have enough range to still be able to hit it. So I go ahead and try to line up another shot. I actually really like this angle better than the top-down version, because it allows me to see if someone's flying really well sailing really broadside, or if they're at an angle compared to the normal way. It helps me shots for citadels, and there's 2 more citadels and just a Kaga who hates their lives now. So now that I've got first blood, there were 2 other reasons for coming into this battle, or that was the first reason. The other reason I wanted to do is because the naval battles had a 100k damage ratio. The Kaga's so mad, or not so mad, but it's just funny. But yeah, I had to get 100 damage in a Japanese battleship in order for naval battles to count. So I was pretty ready to try to get my 100k. Now, I ended up getting a little bit more than 100k, and fortunately, being a Musashi, I've already cleared the skies, or the current carrier, so really once its first set of planes that had up go away, I am free to do whatever the heck I want without having to worry about air attacks. So I'm getting torpedoed right now, and I hit the first one, but I missed the second ones. And I always try to bounce around on my acceleration, deceleration, and course plot. Even if you can't necessarily turn in time, it makes you harder to hit. So then, when they do come, sometimes you're in a position where you can Euro beat torpedo them. Now, seeing there's an Oland in my range, I actually go to control click on him to make my gun just a tad more accurate. But he kind of just phases in and out of reality and gives me a really hard time to actually get a hard beat on him. Those were probably the torpedoes that hit me originally, because they didn't do too much damage. Granted, it was just a nose boop, so who knows. I'm really not happy about having this Oland so close, because even though Musashi has a really good torpedo pullage, it's still a battleship talking to a destroyer, and I don't really trust how much damage those torpedoes go, even if they are small amounts. So luckily I missed the next salvo, and this destroyer is playing like a ring around the rosy with the island or something. I'm trying to take out those turrets, and I really can't decide who I want to fire at right now. I want to hit somebody, but I'm not sure who, and that turret is almost dead anyway, so he's really not worth going after. I'm still kind of curious about what this Oland's up to back there. So I go to check out the map real quick. That works out fine. Just kind of sailing around. I'll fast forward it a bit. And that Drake is caught up on a dead ally. So I try to figure out a firing solution on it. And I'm hoping that it doesn't sink all the way before I can fire at it. But guess what? It did. And yeah, I was like, oh man. I should have aimed ahead in retrospect, knowing that it was gonna sink, but I just went for the shot before it like disappeared or sank too much, and I ended up missing, or didn't sink enough, so I ended up missing. Don't worry, because I'm pretty sure the Drake definitely dies anyways. And yep, there it is, another hit to the Citadel, because why the hell not at this point? Gonna fast forward a bit. If I can figure out which is fast forward. There we go. Take another shot. And it really bugs me how some ships will show up for like 5 seconds and then disappear into nothingness. So I end up missing that shot. But you know, you're gonna miss all the shots you never fire. So I'm already nearing the 100k that I need to get on Musashi. My actual damage, my actual full damage record is on Yamato in ranked, which doesn't count for your numbers, unfortunately. So I can't. I feel confident that I can get the 100+ K in an actual ship, in a Yamato class, but I have to have a lot set up for me, or have a really good time where I can actually get into doing stuff. And fortunately, this is one of those games. Now I'm already sitting at 103,000 damage. So with this Soyuz coming at me, I'm actually attempting to take out his guns by hitting the front of his boat. Not really getting it off very well. But still trying to figure out the proper firing solution to get onto him. See this Alsace. I'm kind of a little worried about my health, so I'm trying to bow tank. And I get 3 pens, but don't do a whole lot of damage on it. And the Alsace is also intense. There's like a lot of people trying to bow tank me. And I spotted Des Moines trying to play American cruiser games. And, you know, sometimes you gotta try to punish them. I can't remember if this is one of those times where I actually hit him. But, you know what? I did. Oh god, that feels good. The guy's gonna be like, what the hell hit me? As you know, more than half his health gets taken off. So I'm trying to line up another shot, and he's still pushing him forward. I realize he may or may not have the legendary mod, so I try to go further behind. Because their legendary mod, if you don't know, allows them to speed up or stop a lot quicker than normal. At this point, I've I know I've hit my damage requirements for the battle, and so now it's just like, well, I've done it. I might as well go in, and I end up eating 2 torpedoes. But I also want to hurt as much as I possibly can, and when you know it, I take a chunk out of that Soyuz. This is very much why you try to be careful of who you broadside to. And I cannot stress that, because you broadside to the wrong person, and guess what? It's going to end up being a battleship who just takes your citadel and ruins its life. And oh, see, there is another 2 more citadels in high caliber. Now I don't know if it's skippy for you. It's part of the WoW's replay, so I apologize if that's an issue. I get taken down with 8 citadels though, and only 47 actual shots taken. 2 kills, and guess what? I finish on 200,000 health, almost 205,000. So I'm pretty confident that I carried my weight in this game. And so I'm gonna fast forward. Well, but thank you for joining me, and if you liked the video, comment and subscribe or share to your friends. Thank you. I'll see you next time I can find an interesting upload to put on YouTube.